Hey guys, and welcome back to the big build. We're at the edge of the city. So this is where the main line pretty much finished previously. Now, it's a bit blank around here, and I've come up with an idea, a notion. At the moment, we have the portals here. So presently, trains will run here into the portal and back out the other two. So there's two ports going in, two ports going out. Very simple. These can't obviously stay here because we've now extended the line. You've seen me do it last episode. So, but we do need somewhere for some of the trains to actually just end. So, it seems a bit blank around here. So the first thing, you can see I've got a platform here. And you can see there's something I've been playing with up there as well. But so the first thing, we're going to have a little station here. Tiny little town, nothing too much, platform either side, that sort of thing. But also, I think we are going to have a junction. Now, really all I've done so far is to put this in, see whether we can actually put two tracks on here, and yeah, it's obviously meant for two tracks. And whether the arches will fit two trains underneath, as you can see they can. Now, to make this work, we obviously have to move these two tracks out a bit over to there. That's not a massive deal breaker or anything, is it? And then we have to lower this land down a bit. Now, the idea is we will have a line going across here. It's not going to be a particularly used line. We're not going to do anything with it. But then we're going to have a track going round and going onto the main line here on the two outer ones. And so it'll go up, round, in, across. And I think we'll have two tracks going out that way. I might, and I'm thinking about this, we might add a couple of blocks on. At the moment, we have a portal here. And originally this was used, it's not anymore. We could make this into a proper tunnel. Put an extra block here, have it come out. Have it come round. Connect up to here, possibly. But for now, what we're going to do is just have a simple track going across. It'll end just over there. And we have something going up onto it over here. And over this side, we're just going to have two portals over here. One out, one in. And that will at least get rid of the two outer portals here. Alright, to make this work, we're going to have to lower the land a little bit. We should go onto track and find out what height it is. What height is that? I'm not the height, aren't I? Yes. Height, yes. Oh, I'm not clicking the right one. And it's because of the trains on there. That's why it's not going to allow me to interact. Let's get rid of the trains then. That's why it's not allowing me to interact, right? Get gradient. Get crack condition. Crack. This is vertex height, yes. So we're saying that's -9, are we? I'm not entirely sure of that, but let's go -9. And let's see if that actually, yeah. Do I believe that? Maybe. Sort of there. Maybe it's a little bit too high. Oh, maybe we could go off into a tunnel this side. Now that would be a good way to finish it. Go a little bit further up, and then we'll have a tunnel, and that'd be our portal. And of course, we could come back to this and do other things with it in the future. Let's lay a little bit more track here. Now, we're not going to be using this track, but it's low memory track. It's easy to lay, easy to use, and that's rather tight, isn't it? I'll get as much of this track done before I start adding too much scenery. Well, I'm not aiming to add any scenery yet. I get the heights done. I want to get the what? Yeah. Did that one because I had to straighten these, I think. I suppose we should add some points in. And then we'll start bringing it down. I think it's going to be quite far, isn't it? It's going to end up coming down here somewhere. I think what we'll do, we won't bother with the height too much. Let's just try and get the angle right first. And we'll see what sort of gradients we get when I put once I start putting the height onto it. Now, one thing I was thinking of doing is actually having the platform this side and having the track both sides of it. Sort of I hope I press the right button. Yeah, that's one. Now once again, these portals will be coming out. It's just I don't really want to break everything whilst I'm still building. So that'd probably be one of the last things I do. So I suspect this is still too close. Yeah. Okay, well let's click smooth. Which one's the smooth? That's the smooth, isn't it? Of course it is. I know that. I'm professional. Yeah. Now, what height are we on? We're +3. We don't want +3. So it's -4 there. -12. -3.58. So that's actually -8.84. Let's take that on to -8.4 as well. Or close enough. Yeah. What if we take it a lot further round? We do something like... And That's my daughter. Yeah, she's at a restaurant. That's good. Enjoy. Yeah, there you go. So that doesn't look so severe now, at least. I want to smooth it. Now, realistically, we want to start moving this down some. This is probably about an hour on. It doesn't look like I've done too much, but what I've actually done is lowered this bridge some more. Let that track go around at a slightly nicer angle around there, and got this at a reasonable gradient. Now if we look at the gradients are here. 140, I don't like more than 120 if I'm honest, but it is what it is, and they're pretty even all the way down. What I am thinking is losing this station at this point. But what I'm also thinking is the track at the moment goes this way. We could actually then create another loop to make it go back again. But we could also make it go this way, which was the original idea. Now over here we could have a station, and then we could have the tunnel and the portal over this side. In order for this to work, we could have another platform here in the middle. We'd have another platform either side, but we only just left the city. And what I was originally thinking of was a tiny little station, little commuter station, a few little houses either side, but because this is a junction, it becomes a lot bigger. Yeah, so we are gonna actually lose that, I think. Oops, I just lose. Oh, I saw I lost. Probably have to lose them anyway. What I could then do is then move this track a bit further on, give me even less of an issue here. But it is what it is. So let's right across here somewhere. I have no idea what I've just done, but anyway, I'll find out in a second. I'll put the other one here as well. I thought that's what I've just done, because I've added the gradient on. But we don't want the gradient. Zero. That's better. So you can force a track to actually have a specific gradient. The problem with doing that, especially down here, is we could end up going so much further down. I might still do it. But I do like this idea of having a loop here, though. Pretty much following what that side's doing. It's a lot wider than I thought it was going to need to be. Truthfully. I didn't really envisage it being... Well, I don't want to connect into that train there, otherwise we can't do anything with it. And then maybe I think, just to show you guys what I'm going to be doing, connect it onto... Well, let me add a little bit more track along here. My wonderful hard drive just... Yes, it feels alone. It doesn't... It wants to be noticed. And I'm thinking just around here, the little station, and we can have a little village. Now, if we tree this off a bit, or do something with it, we can hide the fact that it's a loop. Because basically what we're really thinking of using it around here, up there, and up through there. But what we've created is something which the trains which just run from the city can go from here round. Actually, it should be this way, wouldn't it? Like round and back again. We don't even need a portal for that. Just need to set points from these inner tracks to the outer tracks, so both trains can actually get to it. And just to, we haven't done this yet, so this is how we are only here. We're probably about 30 minutes on again, and the heights are pretty much done. I don't overly like the gradients, if I'm honest. 139 is not too bad. 116 is very good. 169 is not good. So we're still going to have to play these a little bit. 163. But we've kind of got there, I think. So first things first. There's that one. That's the inner one. Is it the inner one? Yeah, the inner one can go round. The outer one can go over to here. Go on. Now maybe we should actually add a portal in. Portal basic. I'm very basic, so I want to edit this, don't I? Yeah, there. Oh, connect. There you go. And you connect. Good boy. Now, what's this not staying like this? I just want to check the height. It physically looks wrong, so it probably is wrong. So once again, we've got a height of minus 1130 here. Minus 1132. It's as close as I'm going to get it. Really? It's every 10. This is annoying. Now, I was thinking originally having that a bit further in. Maybe I should do that now. Yes. All right. Now we will be putting this back under the earth afterwards, because this is going to be a tunnel. Right, let's put a load of invisible signals in. That track marker does have to actually be turned around. Am I putting these in to make sure there's no problems it driving there? I don't want to be messing around with this afterwards. good. Oh, tunnel. Go something like that. Use that in the Christmas special, didn't I? Takes 2 tracks. We obviously want to use a what's it called? Dig something, isn't it? Dig hole. That's it. If you put that out of the way, we'll put that here. Put that here. Yeah, put that here for a moment. Actually, look inside. Look. What I really want to have a look at is the tunnel. Tunnel. Can I spell that right? I think so. So the idea is it's black. You can't see inside. It's gloom, which is exactly what you want. It's whether it fits onto this or not. We should probably name the portals. That one, that one, yeah. And that's what I've done. So I've called it City Main Portal in, and the other side City Main Portal out. And the return train goes through that one. So yeah, it'll come in there, get swallowed, and then come back out the other side again. We're going to raise the earth up. I'm not sure what height I want to use in this yet. Yeah. I can see that being a problem. Let's... How are we going to deal with this problem? Let's put it all the way out here. Well, yeah. It's a thing, it's happened, so, well, we'll deal with it in a second. Really not happy with me doing this. Right, I think we worked out it's 10. Because that's as far as we can get. Right. Come on. To no one. I do. I don't like the way this is going. Oh, add this. A couple of splines here. That allows me to adjust the height. Right, now we're going to move the diggy hole thing over. Or we're going to delete it. Oh, no, there it is. And I can see... Going terribly well, this. Damn thing, yeah. I wonder if there's a different one. I don't think there is. I think they're all exactly the same. That wouldn't really help us that much. The only thing we can do I was going to say, well, all we can do is actually move everything over a little bit. I sense the tunnel is now not of the same height. So have a quick look what it looks like with the tunnel entrance on. Can we move it forward a bit more then? Ah, yes, okay, because we got too far forward, or too far back. Then we can start to, no. Then we can start to, get that sensitivity up a bit more. Yes, that's it. We've got to remember we can't go any higher than this there, otherwise the tunnel starts to raise. Okay, well, there's a bit more missing. I'm going to do it off camera, but yeah. You see me being a complete idiot here and make a complete meal of what didn't have to be a complete meal. Now, last thing today. Delete, delete. I know why. I know why. Right, so delete, just delete. Delete. Press the right buttons and it might actually work. Just saying, you know. Right, so the session now doesn't work properly, but off camera I'm going to have to mend that. Because the session for the main line did go to these portals. But, you know, what a hey. And of course, now I've done that. Why do I think they would actually go anywhere I wanted them to? I foresee many issues with this, but we shall deal with that another time. Now, what I really should have done is put them right near here. So I should do that now. Because I really want to actually smooth out the splines, but I can't do that with the bridges. I suppose it's still 50-50 I actually even keep this bridge. It does technically work. Alright, I can smooth this now. Apart from underneath. What if we raise it up a bit? How about if I turn the sensitivity down? Alright, oh that's it, let's raise that up. What we could do is what we should have done in the first place, I suppose. Where's a nice even bit there? What that shows me is all the tracks are different levels. Of course they are. So 1862. We put them all up to 1862. Yeah, we are going to add another spline point, I think. I think it's probably because I've moving these across, that's what changes the height of them. So we've got 1879. No. 1879. 79, come on. 8, 9. Right, we are really at the last bit now. We'll just join these back up. And I think I've said this a few times. This is not the track we're going to be using, but it does our needs. Do we look there? Maybe further down. Yeah. Let's not do that. Get rid of the gradient, lose the gradient, move gradient, 0, thank you. Now, it's not exactly what I want to happen, but yep. But again, no, let's not have it like that. Now I know that all the heights on this part is actually wrong as well, because I've seen that the trains go bumpity bump, so we're going to have to mess around with those. I'll do that offline again. Pretty sure I pressed the button. Yeah, for a mainline this is not very straight. I think that's the biggest problem of this. We're looking for the bridge from the branch line over to the main line. I'm working quite hard along this main line now. We've actually changed the height quite a bit. This stayed at this height to about here and then suddenly dipped. Now I've always wanted the height change here, but it was too big a dip put in one place, so it's more gradual and it's better now. But you can kind of see the difference here. I think that's saying plus whatever. We'll want that down to 0. Let's move the signals a little bit. Let's not put more signals in, let's actually move the ones we have a little bit. And that track's quite close. Let's widen this up a little bit more. But this junction looks a lot nicer now. I'm happy with the junction as it is. We still have to put something underneath here. Because the track's floating, there's nothing I can do about that. Interesting. That nice little wiggle there. Nothing I can do about that either. I think this side, well, what we're going to do, the train will run this way and it will stay on the inside. I put some points here so it can go onto the proper side there, but can then just simply continue here. I am sorely tempted to actually run the track around here. And then into there, but we will see, I'm not sure yet. I think it would require another block here to do that, you know, nicely. So we keep the land maybe sort of this sort of height. Maybe another block here as well if we're going to really do that. But it would allow the branch line, well, variation of the branch line to run to this portal as well. Oh, look at that. Didn't see that before. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with that. I'll probably put some bushes or something over the top. We will never go over that. Now, I am thinking we put a station in here, though. Just to finish that one off, really. Whether we use this platform or that's another. But I don't think it looks too bad. A little village here. We haven't watched Trainz for a while. Let's watch a diesel go down to what happens down at the other end. Now this one should go shooting all the way through down to where there was the portal. So, oh, look at those dials. Ooh. Let's probably these steer cameras. We've got some around here, so let's use them. So we need to add this level sort of detail all the way along, really. Let's go with that mouse. What speed are we doing? 59, 60. Now I know it works because it's actually gone down and been down and all the way back up to the town again. So yeah, been down and blah, blah, blah. Yes. So it's done it once already. So let's see if it can do it twice. The cameras are going to end in a minute, so we will swap to a different view. So we can see we're starting to run short on scenery here as well. Oh, that's a good view. Okay, so the cameras are going to stop, are they? Actually, let's see if we fix the height issues and see how bumpy it is. Still quite bumpy there. So our speed is this one here. So we've height adjusted all this track now. Now there's our siding going up to there. Now this train should go across and back round. So it has to go onto this track first, then onto there. Now, this will only do this on the Perran session. That's the whole point of this. So we can have trains running out the main station, and from Perran, if you're looking around there, it still looks like the main line's running. But when we're on the main line, we won't be doing this. The main line, trains will be going straight down. This just replaces our portal, really. Don't know about you, I have to check the height again. It does look like it's lower than here. It doesn't really need to be, because that increases the percentage of the hill there. Oh, that's why we're stopping that one. Now I've made a mistake on this. You're going to see it in a second when we get round there. That train can't get round this side because it's on the left-hand track and there's no way to actually get through. So we need to fix this, and this track is not very good, is it? We fix this track as well. So that one will go up there, it then reverse back down here, and then will come back up this way again. We obviously don't want it to do that, so we will have to have some sort of points here or along here. Oh, it's a good screenshot. So that's what we've been doing today. Right, so that one will come across here. We obviously don't want it to do that, but that's why I ran it. I just want to make sure what problems there were. And actually, I'm happy that the session continues to work. Anyway, guys, I think that really is it this time. Yep. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you press that ding dong bell button, it even tells me when I put more stuff on. Yes, it does. See you next time. Cheers and bye bye.